My topic is how to train your young Jedi. I mean your new jeweler. Picture your new jeweler saying to you, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope." Because in fact, when you sign a new jeweler with Premier Designs, you are their only hope. You're their only connection to Premier Designs. They don't know about all the other stuff yet, okay? So yes, you want to hook them up with Facebook groups. Yes, you want to hook them up with the websites. Yes, all of that. But don't forget the personal connection with your new jewelers. Don't forget those personal one-on-one phone calls, the coffee dates, having them sit in training with you and driving to and from trainings. It's the personal connection that's going to mean the most when you're working with a new jeweler. So here are 8 tips to help them and for you to help your new jeweler, because after all, you are their only hope, okay? So number 1, you want to get the training show date in the calendar as soon as you sign them up. Not only that, you want to talk about invites right then, as soon as you sign them up, because what I find is that shows that don't stick, it's most of the time because invites never went out, right? Okay, so that's super important. For my training shows, send still the cute little envelopes, taught to be my Nancy Gerald, the best, okay, with the mini catalog in them, with the invite in there, and with an order form. The reason why I do that is because I feel like things can get lost on Facebook, things can get lost on the cell phone, and they can fall farther and further down, but when they get that invite in the mail, they're all about that, right? Okay. Then the second thing, are you ready? Oh, also I teach them about red stamp invites right then. I love the save the date ones. You know, if you're in red stamp, you can go across and there's categories at the top. You'll find the save the date ones and you can start sending those out. They're great. So teach your new jeweler that right as soon as you sign her up. Just don't wait for that, okay? Don't get the training show date and then go, we'll talk about invites later. Talk about invites right then, because that's how her training show is gonna happen. Number 2, set up Jedi Training Academy with them, okay? I find that after I sign a new jeweler, it's important to do a kit opening with them. That can be either at the actual, when their kit actually comes in. Some jewelers wait for me to actually come there and do it with them. A lot of them, though, can't wait, right? That jewelry comes in and they start going through the jewelry. That's fine, okay? But when you meet with them, it's within that week of their kit coming in before their training show. You're gonna sit down with them, open up the jewelry with them, go through it with them, teach them some jewelry tricks. I don't tag the jewelry with them, but I do lay it all out for them, with them, the exact way that shows in the picture so that they're set to go for their first shows. And then I teach them how to tag it using the little safety pins so that they don't have to rip them off, right, every single time they do it, right? You know we hate that. At that kit opening, this is the best thing. You're going to go over their paper supplies with them. It's a very hands-on training because all the paper supplies are right there. So as you're saying, these are Hostess packets. This is what we do with Hostess packets. Boom. This is blah, blah, blah. This is what we do with it, okay? So that's going to be a really easy training because it's very hands-on. They can see it. It's not just you going blah, 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 okay? Also, I encourage them to read chapter 9 of the book, By Chance or By Design. Most of them get that book. I'm a reader, but most of them get that book and go like, oh, this is like this big fat book. No, I didn't get to that yet. Chapter 9 is only a few pages, but it is on the heart of Premier. What I find is jewelers who will start reading chapter 9 will go ahead and read more in the book because they're hooked, they're connected, they want to know more. And if you start getting them on the heart of Premier right from the beginning, that's going to help them go a long way. We'll go over what's going to happen at their training shows, get them set up for ProPay or Square so that they can accept credit cards at their training show, right? Talk to them about how to have simple food snacks so that people will book from their shows from their training show because they don't think, ooh, this is too hard, I have to have a buffet for them, okay? Tell them to get a paper calendar. Here's the thing, if you wait till their training show to tell them to get a paper calendar, it's too late, right? You've got to tell them at kit opening. And I know everybody has their calendars on their phone, but when you are booking shows, it is so much easier, I feel like, to have a paper calendar and open it up so they can see their stars and circle dates that they want to book shows on, right? Tell them how to put together a Hostess packet. Tell them how to do labels for their catalogs. How to use a guest survey. If they start using a guest survey, it took me years to use a guest survey. If they start doing that from the beginning, it's going to help them a lot. It's going to help with a lot of their weaknesses because that survey is going to cover a lot of those things. And teach them how to do an order form. I'll get into why I have them learn that right then. Number 3, a Jedi must have the deepest commitment and the most serious mind. So that means you want to go over dream sheets and goal sheets with them. You want to get them thinking of the possibilities, get them dreaming right from the start. Teach your jewelers to practice their home shows. I give them a copy of the letter game. Most of them do use that, but if they want to use their own and use their own index cards, I'm fine with that. But the key is they've got to practice that show. They've got to be committed to that, right? They have to practice that show, including their booking and sponsoring activity. Teach them not to quit when they're discouraged. Teach them to be committed to replacing shows with shows. This means they've got to practice their booking activity and also making calls. I find that if jewelers wait until their training show to start getting their bookings in, they usually will not hit quick start, right? They've got to start doing that beforehand. So I need to teach them and train them when I'm doing my kit opening with them on how to get those shows in their calendar and how to talk to their friends and family. So in order to do this, I'm going to role play for you. So let's pretend that we're going to call Princess Leia to have a show. All right, are you ready? So we're going to role play. When I put the rolls here, I'm Princess Leia. Okay, that's why we call it role play. Okay, when I take them off, okay, I'm the new jeweler making a call. Right, got it? Princess Leia, new jeweler making the call, right? Okay, good. All right. Hi, Princess Leia. I'm so excited. I just signed up with Premier Designs Jewelry, and all I need to do to get started is give away 6 free jewelry shopping sprees. I was thinking about you because I know you love jewelry and was wondering if you would help me out. It would really be great if you could say yes. Really, I would love that because I love jewelry. Thanks for thinking of me. Great, that's awesome. Here's how it works. If you could just have 2 or 3 friends over, you make a pot of coffee, I'm gonna bring my jewelry over and practice my show, I'm gonna be able to give you free jewelry. What would work best for you? A weekend or a weekday? I think a Saturday would work best for me, but I have to call my friends Luke Skywalker and C8E25A1D and see if that works for them. Great. My next 2 Saturdays that are open are the 23rd or Saturday the 30th. Let's go ahead and pencil you in for one of those now, and then you can invite your friends. There'll always be someone who can't make it. But like if C3PO can't come, I'm sure he's computer savvy and he could figure out how to look on our website and he could help give you one of your pre-orders, right? Okay. Do you need a picture? Okay, here we go. Wait for it. Bam. Here's another great thing you can say when you're making calls. I'm so excited. I just signed with Premier Designs Jewelry and I need to do a few practice shows. This doesn't have to be a big deal, but it would really help me out if you could have 2 or 3 girlfriends come over for coffee. The deal is you want to keep this a simple girlfriend chat, not canned. Make it be their own so they can feel it, right? All right. Teach them to use, I already said that, okay. Teach them what to say when they're wearing the jewelry because they don't know what to say. So you have to teach them when someone compliments jewelry. I teach them this. Thank you so much for admiring my jewelry. This is one of the pieces that I give away for free. By the way, I did tell Elizabeth Draper, we don't have any jewelry that goes with Star Wars costumes. So I'm gonna talk to Peggy. Okay, we're gonna get this straightened out because it's not good. I think I'm just saying. All right, then the other thing I'll say is, oh, thank you. It's part of the new line that I'm representing, and I'm going to have a sneak peek next week. I would love it if you could come. I teach them to have invites with them so they can give invites to their training show when they're out and about because their friends are going to be noticing that new jewelry, right? Number 4, new jewelers need a running buddy just like Jedis need a running buddy. Right, look at that sound. Okay, here we go. All right. A new jeweler's running buddy is the first person they sponsor. I find that when people get in, when jewelers get in with a running buddy, they run further, faster. They both end up getting more bookings. They have somebody to go to trainings with. They learn it better. They're more committed, okay? So at kit opening, I tell a new jeweler what to expect. Now, I know what you're thinking, Jedi. Jedi is the name of our new jeweler, okay? Got it? All right? So I say, I know what you're thinking, Jedi. You're probably thinking that at your training show, you want to sell a lot of jewelry so you can make back your investment. You're probably also thinking that you want to book a lot of shows so you can get your business started, right? And she's with me and she's saying, right? And I say, here's something you might not be thinking though. You might not be thinking you're ready to sponsor yet because you might be thinking, ooh, first I want to learn the whole business and make sure I have a nice full calendar before I sponsor. And she almost always agrees with me. I'm not ready for that yet. And I say, here's the thing that I find. New jewelers who get in with a running buddy, run further, faster. They both end up going to trainings together. They have more fun together. It's not strange to them anymore. It's so much fun, and they both end up actually getting more bookings because they have someone to run ideas off of, okay? So, plus, you'll start getting commission check right from the beginning. Doesn't that sound good? So now she's on the page, she knows what to expect. I will say to her, who do you think would be fun to do this business with? And if she already has some people, we can meet with them before the training show. Typically, she'll tell me somebody that's gonna be at her training show, and I'm Zoom focused on that person at that training show, right? Now I've got this set up, but I wanna set it up at the training show with her guests, because her guests are the encouragers and they're the supporters and the ones who came to her training show. So I say, I'm so excited that you guys came to Jedi's training show. You're awesome. You're the supporters. You're the encouragers. Do you know every new jeweler has the same fear? Every new jeweler thinks, I'm gonna have one of these training shows and no one will come. Thank you for not letting her feel like that. You're like the awesome supporters. You're the best friends ever. Now, you're going to hear tonight, I know you came here to be supportive of her, right? So I know you are thinking, I'm going to buy jewelry because that will help Jedi. Sweet you. You're going to get nice jewelry. You're going to get to dress up your wardrobe and be all bling, and you get to go home and tell your husband, well, I had to do it. I mean, I have to support Jedi. It's like the best gig ever, right? All right? Then you're also probably thinking, I want to have a practice show because I know Jedi's going to need to have these practice shows to get started. That's sweet too. You're going to find out later you're going to get a whole stack of free jewelry. And then you're all in the name of, I had to help my friend Jedi. Okay? It's like the best deal ever to be an encourager and supporter. But here's something you're probably not thinking. You're going to learn tonight that Jedi on average is going to make about $200 to $250 just for going out every time she does a show. And you're going to think, that Jedi is sure smart, which she is. And then you're probably going to think, I wished I found out about this and did this, but I don't want to because it would take away from Jedi. What I want you to know is you won't take away from her. What I want you to know is that I find the jewelers who get in with a running buddy run further and faster. My job tonight is to find a running buddy for Jedi. So if you know somebody who you think could use extra money, or if that somebody is you, pay attention to what I do tonight at this show, and we'll talk afterwards. Then I just go into my regular training show. At the training show, the first thing I do, after I do that, is I'll go around and I'll say, I'm gonna give you 100 Diva dollars. You're gonna tell me your name and one reason you think Jedi is gonna be great at this business. I have to tell you, they are so encouraging, and the things that they say makes that jeweler feel like they could do anything, right? Okay, now I got way far behind where I am. Okay, many times we sponsor running buddies who are at the training show, and even if not, it opens the new jeweler's mind to sponsoring right away. Remind her that 2 new jewelers and 12 home shows in her first 6 months, and she'll be a Wookiee. I mean a rookie. That's gonna say. Okay, number 5. Closing the home show. Do this in person or by phone, but here's the deal. When I say closing their training show, I don't mean at their actual show. I mean when they're ready to submit it to Premier Designs. You either want to be with them or doing that with them on the phone, and this is why. I do a couple of special things when we're closing that training show out, okay? As soon as she's done, I say, that is awesome job. Now don't click out yet. On that screen it should say, congratulations, your show's been successfully submitted. Yay, you submitted your first show. But under that you should see a big green flower. And where that big green flower is, it'll say, click here to make a payment for your renewal. Remember how I told you that every year you're gonna make a $350 renewal? Okay, right then she's excited because she just made a bazooka of money at her training show, okay? So I say to her, here's the deal. We're gonna put in $10 every time you do a show. I teach my new jewelers to this. Every show you do, you're gonna put in $10. That way when your renewal show comes, when your renewal comes next year, I don't want you to be hit with $350 all at the same time, okay? And then you're gonna have a little bit less, a little bit less. Not only that, you get to print that $10 out. Every time you put $10 in, you print that out, you get to bring it to training, and I do a special drawing from those papers, okay? So that's really fun, and I'll give about, I usually give about a $10 gift, $30 value though. It could be, I've used wallets, I've used Betsy Johnson umbrellas, I've used Bath and Body Works, all kinds of stuff that we've used. It's just fun, okay? All right. After that, I tell them there's just one more thing to do, and I go ahead and have them do that training show verification right then. That keeps you from having to go back and do that with them another time. You know how that like hangs over your head? You're like, oh, she didn't do that yet. I guess I have to call her. I guess she didn't see the email. I just do that with them right then, and it's done. I don't have to worry about that. Okay, number 6. Ready? Phone home. Oh no, that's E.T., isn't it? Not Star Wars. My bad. Okay. Teach new jewelers to call after the I know. My husband said that was going to get me booze. Okay. Teach new jewelers from the real Star Wars fans. Teach jewelers, new jewelers to call you after their first 6 shows, and you want to ask them these questions. They're phoning home. Okay. Did you have fun? Did you get bookings? When are they? Did you use your guest survey? Did you, this isn't like a quiz for them, it's how you know how to coach them, right? How did your sponsoring activity go? What did you think you did best? What were your struggles? This helps you to know how to coach them. I'm sorry, slow down. Okay, I can't go back now. It'll be on Nancy's site. We'll put this whole thing on Nancy's site for you. Okay, right, Nancy? We'll put the whole thing on your site. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, Nancy can't believe I remembered that. Okay, here we go. Ready?
You're like, this much retail,
I know. Okay.
Teach
Teacher new jeweler the importance of going to trainings. It's time for a Yoda quote. Are you ready? I know. Here we go. Ready? Ready? Are you?
Oh my God.
What know you of ready? For 800 years, I have trained Jedi. Much to learn, you still have. I know. Daryl said I sound a little more like Grover from Sesame Street, but whatever, you get the idea. The idea is they've got to go to trainings, right? Okay? You have them put trainings in their calendar at kit opening. They will likely ask you this question: do I have to go to trainings? How many trainings do I have to go to? Okay? And here's what I say to them. You do not have to go to trainings, but what I find is that the jewelers who do are the most successful. They make way more money than the jewelers who don't come to training. That's all you have to say, okay? I let them know they'll be gifted from me at the first 3 trainings. Here's how that looks. At the first training they come to, they get a pack of catalogs from me. I used to give them that at their training show. Now they kind of got to do something for it, okay? So when they come to training, they get that pack of catalogs. They won't miss because they want them, just saying. Okay, at the next 2, they get a piece of jewelry from me. Here's how that looks. I just take some jewelry that's current, but then I'm not showing right now. I put in a tray. I might have 6 or 7 pieces. When they come to that training, they get to take a piece that they'll get to add to their collection, right? That gets them kind of, you get them coming 3 times. That's really kind of getting some good mojo for them, right? Training is fun for us as leaders, but for new jewelers, it's not. It can be intimidating. It's like going to church for the first time to a brand new church, and everybody's strangers, and it's very uncomfortable. It's your job as their sponsor to make it less intimidating. Sit with them, of course. Call them and find out what their favorite Starbucks drink is. Bring it to training. If they know you're going to be there with that Starbucks of their favorite, they are not going to like waste you $4. It's going to cost you. Daryl calls it $4 instead of Starbucks. Okay. Don't introduce them to everyone at the training. This is blah blah blah. 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 They're like whatever. Okay. You want to introduce them. Okay. You want to introduce them to 2 jewelers. One should be another new jeweler who could be like a running buddy with them. Another person is someone either in their age category or the same area of life, maybe a young mom with young kids, that kind of thing, right? 2 people strategically that they could relate to. Encourage them not just to go to trainings in your area, but to regional rally and haven retreats and national rally, which is held in a galaxy far, far away called Texas. Okay. Number 8, always remember to believe in them and encourage them. Each new jeweler that you sponsor should feel you saying to them, the force is strong with this one. It's our jobs to believe in them, which will empower them in this awesome journey of Premier. Remember, your ultimate goal is to train so that they can train their new jeweler, right? Darth Vader said it best. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was the learner. Now, I am the master. May the Premier Force be with you as you train your new jewelers.